Compressing guitars isn't something I do a lot of, and when I do it in small amounts, and I try and use a mix knob. Overdriven tones are just super compressed. You can see that they're pretty even and they're pretty compressed. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a LA3A plugin. It's a VCA style plugin. It always sounds good on electric guitars, basically always. Let's dial in some compression. Shut up, head. Here we go. 3A. Not exactly a fair comparison. Let's try and gain match that. This is why I always try and have most of my faders sitting at unity, because when you're A-Bing stuff, you can just look at the meter and you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, there you go. Let's A-B that again. I mean, that does sound loads better, getting like 1 to 3 dB of gain reduction. Let's see if we can use the mix knob just to dial it back a bit further. That sounds pretty good to me. I would consider that done. Let's move on to some other guitars. Synth guitars, super washy already, so they probably don't need any compression. Really doesn't sound like they need any compression, but I am making a video on compression and guitars, so let's do it. That's loads of compression, way too much. But you can actually hear how it adds transient energy and it makes the top end more exciting. Tone, flavor. Nice. Crushed, destroyed, not nice. Sounds great, could sound better. Yeah, it just makes them like sit up, inflated almost. Inflated. Let's do the solo. If you're thinking about compression as like a technical tool for auto leveling things, that obviously just doesn't need any. Especially when we're doing the solo, we need to listen to everything at once. So I'm going to choose an 1176 style compression. Let's solo the guitar so you can hear how I would do that, right? So you basically just stick the compressor on full, and then down here I can select the Blue Stripe revision, revision D, and revision F, 3A. These all have different attack and release times, different saturation and different knee, different characteristics to them. By flicking through them, I'm going to be able to choose which one gives me the sound I'm looking for really quickly, which is a very cool idea for a plugin. So I think that high-end buzz on Revision D is really going to help the solo cut through. So let's bring in the other guitars for a bit of context. I'm trying to get it so that there's not constant fuzz on the top of the guitar. It's just the louder notes, which is difficult because the signal's not very dynamic. Get that little bit more buzz so that that is still dynamic. It doesn't sound flat. There, sounds about right. Let's gain match that. So you can hear how that sort of flattens the sound out and pushes it into a different place in the mix. It's a really good example of how you can use saturation and compression to your advantage before you even necessarily have to reach for more EQ. Obviously, this solo is too quiet compared to the other guitars, so let's turn it up. Let's play with the mix knob again. Just with guitars, doing it in parallel almost always helps the performance come through a bit better later, particularly once this mix has gone through mix bus compression and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're getting like 1 to 2 dB of compression. We've got the mix knob on like 75%. So we're really just using the saturation of this plugin. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. Shall we A/B all of these changes on these guitars? Yeah, so everything just comes forward. Everything just leaps forward, which could be cool. It might not be.